y'all, it's Kristen. Welcome back to my channel. So today I know I wanted to do a full review of the ColourPop X's and O's, this one, but as ColourPop does, they released another one that I think people would be more interested in right now. This is a very fall palette and I still want to do a couple more looks with this, but I did get the Kathleen Lights, ColourPop and Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette. And I know that this is, people are really interested in this. One, because it's Kathleen Lights, and two, because there's 30 shadows here. So, I mean, it's a huge palette for ColourPop. So I wanted to go ahead and go through that. First of all, look at this packaging. This is the cardboard packaging on the outside. I love the gemstones. I love the purple, and then on the back, it has all the shade names and like shapes of gems and everything. Reflective. It's really pretty. And luckily, sometimes you get, you know, cute outer packaging and then the actual palette isn't as good, but the actual palette is exactly the same. It's that same purple color with the gems. It's definitely a cardboard. You get the names on the back and that same reflective, like rose goldy, rose gold? Yeah, like rose gold, gold writing. And then this is what the palette looks like. So up here, there is no mirror. It's just got, you know, it's got Kathleen Lights and ColourPop and then some gems. It doesn't have a mirror. And then 30 shades down here. Now, I don't want to go through each of the shades and I don't want to swatch them just because that's going to take forever. I will link Kathleen Lights' video though, where you can see her talk about why she named, you know, why she did it, why she named it So Jaded when it's not a green palette, and she shows you all the swatches and everything. But I did do a couple looks with these, so with this, so I do have, you know, I have a pretty good opinion. I didn't use all of the colors, but I used quite a few of the colors. So unfortunately, I didn't film the first look that I did. But I didn't film the first look I did, but I did film the other two looks, including the look I'm wearing today. So I will go ahead and insert the two looks that I did in a little later in the video, but I wanted to just go over a few of them. So there's about half and half in here. There's about half matte and half shimmery, and then there's two glitters. And these are chunky. These are chunky glitters, like chunky. Opal and topaz. And I was sad that topaz turned out to be one of the glitters because I don't wear that on my eyes. And topaz is my birthstone. But like, look how chunky that glitter is. Like, you don't want to wear that on your eye. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, it's not considered eye safe. I have a hair stuck to it. Not considered eye safe because if these get into your eyes, they're gonna hurt. But yeah, so there are glitters, which with Halloween coming up, maybe I'll, like, you know, wear it somewhere, like on, you know, up here or something. I don't know. Kathleen Lights in her video showed her putting it in her hair, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. Same thing with opal. Opal is it's a very pretty glitter, but it's still a glitter. I might get brave and use, I have a glitter glue from NYX, and I might try it, but I'm going to have to be brave, and it's going to have to be a day that I'm, like, half completely off from work. But yeah, and then there's one Super Shock shadow, which I want to say is, yeah, it's diamond. There's one Super Shock shadow in diamond, which is more like a topper. This is more like a topper than anything else. It's got that Super Shock, like, texture to it. I'm allergic to the Super Shock shadow, so I might, like, tap it in the middle of one of my looks one day, but I don't know that I'm going to use that one either. So that's 3 shadows that I'm probably not going to use, but 3 out of 30, that's okay. I got that topaz glitter everywhere. Shit. Okay. But I really like this palette because there's a lot you can do with it. There's a lot you can do with it. There is, in my opinion, 1, 2, 3, 4 shades that you can do as like a transition color depending on your skin tone. There's a million like lid shades in here. There's deep and dark colors. There's light and neutral colors. There's shimmer. There's those glitters. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. ColourPop has amazing quality. Like amazing quality. I had no problems blending any of these. I had no problems, you know, I had no problems with any of them showing up. I didn't have any problems with them being patchy. Like I said, I've used it 3 times now. None of the colors I've used have been patchy. None of them have been sheer. None of them have really, actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. What am I talking about? Down here, Emerald. I don't know if it was me, my application, or what, but when I put on Emerald, it actually, I lied. It was patchy. But that might have been user error. I don't know. I had another problem with Emerald that I'll get to in a minute. But that was the only one that was like kind of patchy, but I'm just going to say user error at this point because all the other ones applied beautifully. Beautifully. I might have just needed a glitter glue or a more sticky base with Emerald. Now again, I haven't used all of the colors, but I have made a green look, a purple look, and this neutral, very neutral look. So you can do colorful, you can do neutral, you can pretty much do anything you want. So of the ones that I've used, I have used, let's see, I've used Rose Quartz, Family Jewels, and for my green look I used, what's this called? Geodude. Geodude as transition colors, and those worked beautifully. Those worked beautifully as transition colors. Like I said, they were perfect. They blended perfectly. My Precious is the one that I used all over my lid for all of my looks to set my eyeshadow primer. I used 3 different eyeshadow primers, by the way. I'll get to that in a minute, too. Fluorite right here, this was a gorgeous color that I used yesterday that you'll see in one of the tutorials. The one that I didn't do a tutorial on was my green look. I will insert a picture, though. Somewhere, I don't know. And what I did was I used Geodude. So I used Geodude as my transition. I used Jade as my crease color. I want to say I used Stone to darken it up, but I might be wrong on that. And then I used Emerald all over the lid. Like I said, Emerald was a little patchy, and I had to go back even after I finished it and kind of reapply a little bit in some areas. But I really think I needed a stickier base, or maybe even a wet brush. When I did use it the first day, I used it with my tried and true Milani eyeshadow primer. And not only did I have a hard time kind of getting it on there, it faded, it came off in like patches, like the middle of my lid was nice and, you know, still bright and green, but like around the inner and outer corners, the shadow had come off. So I really think that it just needed a stickier base. But I did really love that. I didn't use Tiger Eye in that tutorial, or in that look, which now I'm regretting because that's a beautiful green color too. Yeah, and then, like I said, I used the other ones, and then I did film the other 2 tutorials. So I'll go ahead and insert those so you can see what I did with those. The first one was a purple look, and then the second one, like I said, is this very neutral look, which I liked. So those were the looks I did with them. And like I said, other than that emerald color, everything else blended beautifully. And the second day I did wear the purple tones, and like I showed you, I used my MAC paint pot, and it stayed a lot better the second day because this is more of a tacky base. So that definitely stayed a lot better. The purples that I used, and you saw how beautiful that, what is it called? Fluorite color is? It's an awkward palette. Fluorite color it is. Oh, I love that. That was such a pretty color all over the lid. Today I'm in love with this smoky quartz color too. In fact, that was the one that kind of sold me on this palette. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at it in the mirror. When I saw Kathleen Lights do the swatches of this, I was already like, yes, please. And then she got to the smoky quartz color that I have all over my lid today, and I was like, Lord help me, I need that palette. I want to use this ametrine color, which I think I used this with my purple look. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I used it in my purple look. It has glitter in it, but it doesn't show up when you no, it does. Okay, it has a little bit of the glitter in it, but you can kind of wipe them away. I love the undertone of that color. I can't remember exactly what I did, but that's why I filmed it, because I have zero memory. But I'm pretty sure I used that on my lower lash line. All in all, as always, ColourPop knocked it out of the park. Kathleen Lights knocked it out of the park. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. I totally recommend it. It is $39, but you're also getting 30 shadows. It's a permanent item, so try your discount codes. I know that I used something called Honey. It's like attached to my browser, and it gives me the best discount code, and I got it, instead of 39, I got it for 33 shipped. So, yeah, it's a darn good palette, if you ask me. You can do so much with it. I mean, I was a little scared. I was like, okay, so it's going to be all gem tones. And the names are gem tone, you know, named after gems, but not all of them are like that deep, rich, like I mean, you have your emerald, and you have your amethyst, and your ruby, which are really, really deep and rich, like that jewel tone. But otherwise, you know, they're pretty wearable palette. I do want to do a blue look. I might do a blue look and film that as well. I'm not really sure. But yeah, all in all, I'm really impressed, as always, with this palette. So yeah, I'll link Kathleen's video down below so you can see the swatches, so you can see why she named each one what she named it, and yeah, all in all, I like it. I think I already said that. Thank you so much as always for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to hit subscribe and that notification bell to be notified every time I upload, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!